Disclaimer, spoiler alert. Imagine this gangster, Don Vito, ruling his hidden empire with an iron fist and a surprising moral code. But when rivals make a power play, things get really messy. Will the Corleones' loyalty crumble under pressure, or will they rise even stronger amidst the chaos? Well, let's find out. In this blockbuster, we can relate to bad characters because the story tells the story from the mafia's point of view, making it interesting. This has kind of shaped how people in general see the mafia. Instead of showing the real world, it presents a family led by a powerful boss, Godfather, who decides what's right and wrong. The only bad guys are those who betray the family. One commandment, spoken by Michael Don's beloved youngest son.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family.
During the movie, we see not a single actual civilian victim of organized crime. No women are trapped in prostitution. No lives are wrecked by gambling. No victims of theft, fraud, or protection rackets. The only police officer with a significant speaking role is corrupt. The story starts inside a dark, shuttered room. It's Connie's wedding, she's Don's daughter, and on such a day, a Sicilian must grant any reasonable request. A man has come to ask for punishment for his daughter's rapist. Don asks why he did not come to him immediately. "I went to the police like a good American," the man says. Don's reply will spice up the entire movie. "Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first? What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship, then this scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies, and then they would fear you." Meanwhile, Don's youngest son, Michael, a war hero, honestly shares stories about his dad's unusual job with his girlfriend, Kay Adams. Despite his family's background, he assures Kay that he's not involved in their business. Things get more exciting when Johnny Fontaine, a famous singer and Corleone's godson, shows up from Hollywood. Johnny wants Don Vito's help to get a movie role that could bring back his fading fame. But there's a catch. The big shot in charge at the movie studio, Jack Woltz, is saying no. So Don sends Hagen, his adopted son, and a lawyer to fix the issue. Jack Woltz insists on his position and says there's no way he'll give Johnny the role because he's cut out with Woltz's woman, a rising movie star. The next morning, Woltz is horrified to find the cut head of his horse in his bed. This irresistible offer lands Johnny the role. This twist sets the tone for more conflicts to come. Things take a dangerous turn when drug lord Sollozzo, backed by the Tattaglia crime family, wants Don Vito to invest in his drug business and use his political connections for protection. Don refuses, apparently, because he disapproves of this evil trade, or perhaps because he thinks his cut isn't big enough. Faced with the rejection and thinking that Don just aims to attack all of his business, Sollozzo's men launch an attack, shooting Don as he buys oranges from a market. And of course, the incapable Fredo is unable to rescue his father. Confident that Don is dead, Sollozzo and Tattaglia demonstrate their power by kidnapping Hagen and delivering an offer for the temporarily supposed head of the family, Don's oldest son, Sonny, to accept their terms. Michael unintentionally finds out about the attempt on his father's life from the newspaper, but Don survived the attempted murder. Sonny then issued an ultimatum to the Tattaglia clan and threatened to unleash war on everyone if they didn't hand over Sollozzo. The Tattaglia refused to give Sollozzo up. Instead, they send Don a dead fish wrapped in Luca Brassi's body armor as evidence of his death. Luca was Don's strongest fighter. Sonny's initial instructions were to find Luca Brassi's missing body and assassinate Don's guard, who was sick on the day of the attempted assassination. When Michael goes to see his father in the hospital, he is shocked to see that nobody is keeping an eye on him since the police guard has been fired. He takes Don to a different room after realizing that his father may be killed. So Michael posed as a guard in front of the hospital door with the help of Enzo, the baker, who feels indebted to Don. This helps to deceive the Sollozzo family, who then drive up to the hospital in an attempt to kill Don. The police arrive at the scene, led by the corrupt Captain McCluskey, who slaps Michael hard in the face, claiming that he has ties to Sollozzo. Michael is compelled to join the battle after seeing that Sonny is an incapable and impulsive person who cannot effectively oppose the unified enemy clans. Amidst this drama, a good question to ask is who is Don's wife? She's rarely seen in the movie. We can see that women have little presence in the movie, with Sonny mistreating them and Connie being ignored by her family. Even Connie's husband is kept out of the family business, and when he dies, Michael lies to Connie about what happened. In a turn of events, Michael agrees to meet Sollozzo in a public place to kill him and McCluskey. Hagen cautions that killing McCluskey would violate an established mafia unlawful against killing police officers, and that it would spark dangerous retaliation from rival mafia gangs and law authorities. Michael suggested they publicly expose McCluskey as a corrupt cop involved in the drug trade and serving as Sollozzo's bodyguard, arguing that McCluskey has interfered in their game. Sonny agreed with the plan. So Michael met with Sollozzo and McCluskey at an Italian restaurant in the Bronx. Fearlessly, he grabs a gun that Peter Clemenza had earlier hidden in the restroom and shoots Sollozzo and McCluskey at point-blank range. The Corleone family is now at war with 5 united rival families. Don, learning of Michael's actions, is saddened as he wants to keep Michael out of the family business. With Michael on the run, he finds refuge in Sicily. There, he falls in love with and marries a woman named Apollonia. Even though they don't speak the same language well, it's not a big problem for a mafia wife. Michael cares about Apollonia, just like he did for Kay. But what was he thinking? Maybe he felt he couldn't marry Kay anymore because he was now involved in the mafia lifestyle. After Apollonia dies, he comes back to America and finds Kay, and they eventually get married. Did he tell Kay about Apollonia? Well, maybe it's not important to the main story. Back in New York, Sonny faces troubles with his sister Connie's abusive husband, Carlo. Despite warnings, Carlo continues mistreating Connie, leading to a brutal confrontation with Sonny in public. Unfortunately, Sonny was ambushed and killed. With Don still recovering, he still must step back into the business to end the war. He calls a meeting with the heads of 5 families, using his sons as a reason for a peaceful resolution. Michael returns from Sicily and takes over as the head of the family. The Corleone family faces challenges as enemies seize control of their business. Michael moves the family's operations to Las Vegas, confronting Mo Green, a casino owner. Michael offers to buy out Green's share, but Green refuses. Uncovering Green's betrayal against the family, Michael plans for the future. Don predicts a meeting with Barzini, foretelling danger. After Don's death, Michael attends a meeting on the same day as Connie's child's baptism. However, it turns out to be a massacre. Michael's people killed leaders of the rival families, fulfilling the prophecy. What matters is being loyal to your family, but being loyal is way more important than being honest. Michael didn't even trust Hagen with the secret plan to kill the heads of the rival families. Michael uses the baptism as an excuse for where he was, so he's seen as a godfather in 2 different ways at once. The conspirator Tessio admits to his betrayal, and Michael keeps his promise to Carlo, sparing him before revealing his guilt and executing him. Connie accuses Michael publicly, but Kay, trusting Michael's words, seems to embrace his new role as the Don. In the closing scene, the door closes between Kay and Michael, symbolizing the separation between his old and new life as the head of the Corleone family.